Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we are diving deep into the Cardano ecosystem because, man, there has been a ton of activity lately. So we're going to break down what's happening, look at the projects making waves, and figure out what's really fueling this new momentum.
All right, let's just kick things off with this, because honestly, there's no better way to capture the mood right now than this quote from the team at Fluid Tokens: "We are so back." It's a vibe you're feeling pretty much everywhere in the community, so let's dig into what's actually behind it.
And that really brings us to the big question for today. What's actually driving this latest surge of activity on Cardano? We're going to unpack the key projects that are building up this momentum piece by piece, all the way from DeFi and real-world assets to gaming and just making crypto easier to use.
First up, let's head straight into the engine room, decentralized finance. I mean, this is where some of the most impressive numbers and user-focused innovations are really grabbing the spotlight right now. And look, let's start with some cold, hard numbers because they don't lie. Just take a look at Strike Finance. In a single week, the protocol processed a whopping $40 million in trading volume. And get this, that was spread across more than 10,000 different transactions. That's a ton of activity. And here's where you see the direct benefit of all that volume. In that same week, the people providing liquidity earned a massive 670,000 ADA. Meanwhile, those staking the protocol's own token, Strike, took home over 70,000 ADA in fees. This isn't just theory, that's real, tangible rewards being generated from people actually using the platform.
And you know, this wasn't just a one-off thing. Over at another DeFi protocol, Surf, they just blew past their all-time high for total value locked, or TVL, crossing 15 million ADA. Now, TVL is a super important number. It's basically how you measure the trust and capital users are willing to put into a platform. So yeah, this is a really strong signal.
But it's not just about the big numbers, right? The protocols themselves are getting way smarter. Fluid Tokens, for example, is giving borrowers some incredible new tools they call refinance and recast. With refinance, you can use the collateral you already have to pay down a loan without needing to find new cash. And recast lets you chip away at your debt with partial payments. They're calling it the Swiss knife for borrowers, and you can see why.
And, you know, even when things don't go perfectly, the ecosystem is showing some real maturity. Liquid Finance had to manage a restart recently, but instead of it being total chaos, they rolled out this really careful, step-by-step approach. It was all about protecting user funds and making sure the system was stable for the long haul. That shows a ton of resilience.
Okay, so that's what's happening on-chain. But now let's talk about how all this connects to the physical world. This is the next huge trend we're seeing. Projects that are bridging the gap between digital assets and actual real-world revenue. This is a massive area for growth.
I mean, this quote from the World Mobile team just says it all, doesn't it? The idea is when your rewards are tied to something physical, like people using local internet and mobile connections, you're way more protected from the crazy swings of the crypto markets. It's about creating stable, passive rewards you can actually count on.
And this chart really lays out the different flavors of these real-world asset projects. You've got World Mobile with their telecom air nodes. Then you have projects like Mekka and the Gopher mining club, which let you earn passive rewards from actual physical Bitcoin mining rigs. We're talking about real hardware generating real value that then flows back to the blockchain.
And just so we're clear, this isn't just an idea on a whiteboard. This is happening right now. The Gopher Mining Club just shared their real-world results from August and September. They paid out thousands of dollars in actual mining revenue to their members. And I love the transparency here. They even noted that September was a little lower because of some maintenance downtime. That's the real deal.
So you've got all this cool tech, all this innovation. But the big question is always, how do you get more people to actually use it? Well, this next batch of updates is focused squarely on that problem, making it way easier for the next wave of users to jump in.
Let's be real for a second. We all know crypto has a super steep learning curve. If you're totally new, the whole process of getting a wallet, figuring out how to fund it, and then interacting with these apps, well, it can be a massive turnoff.
So what Bodega Market is doing is really smart. They're tackling this problem head-on by building in features that people already know and use. Things like easy on-ramps to use regular money, and even familiar social logins with Google. On top of that, they're creating easy-to-understand educational content and an affiliate program, all designed to make the whole experience feel a lot less scary for newcomers.
And hey, adoption isn't just about getting new folks in. It's also about connecting the crypto worlds that already exist.
The new Post Bridge is a huge deal here. We're talking about the first time ever that wallets on Solana can directly message and interact with wallets on Cardano. It's literally breaking down the walls between these two massive ecosystems.
All right, to finish up, let's look at what's on the horizon, because there is some seriously cool stuff brewing in the worlds of gaming and next-gen DeFi that you're going to want to keep an eye on.
So in the gaming world, the team behind the huge metaverse project Cornucopias is building up hype for this event they're calling the Ascent. They've been quiet about it, working on it for almost a year, and all they're saying is that it's game-changing and unexpected. The community is absolutely buzzing about this one.
And then you've got the Necro League. They just wrapped up a super successful asset sale, and what was their very next move? They announced they're shifting focus to build mobile games. That's a clear pivot towards a huge mass-market audience. They're not just building for crypto people anymore, and that's a fascinating strategy.
And finally, back in the world of advanced DeFi, a new protocol called Pulse is about to launch. Their whole goal is to build a new layer for Cardano that helps people earn fixed income and, as this quote perfectly puts it, turn market chaos into an opportunity. Basically, when the markets get crazy, that's when their system is designed to shine.
So, let's pull it all together. What have we seen? We have a DeFi sector that's maturing. We have real, tangible connections to the physical world. There's a serious focus on making crypto easier for everyone. And we have exciting new frontiers opening up in gaming. The whole ecosystem feels like it's firing on all cylinders. Which really leaves us with one final thought. Is Cardano quietly, piece by piece, building the foundation for the next massive wave of adoption?